Welcome to the Good Neighbors of Texas podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. I'm your host, Ron Holt. Welcome to episode number 5 of the Good Neighbors of Texas podcast. And today we have the good fortune to having Sodruden and Margarita Jaramillo here today. I got that right.
Yes, you sure did. Thank you so much for having us.
I'm learning to speak Spanish well. But they are with AI United Insurance, and it's a pleasure having you here. And I was looking at your website. It talks about the rich history of growth and dedication to becoming the most trusted insurance provider in Texas. And that's a big claim, but I'm going to let you unpack that some more and tell us, to start with, about your business. What is it? What do you do?
AI United Insurance is a small business. We are the franchisees in Bastrop. Again, AI United started back in the days in Houston, and then we expanded to Austin and then Bastrop. We cater mostly to the non-standard market. That's how we started our...
The non-standard?
Non-standard.
Oh, okay.
And that is for people who are higher risk, or people who do not have credit, people who don't have established record and can get insurance in other insurance company. That's how we started our agencies. But within time, now we have expanded and built our business to cater everyone, from standard, non-standard, renters, home, business, commercial, anything and everything. It's a one-stop shop for the insurance need.
That's tremendous. A table for everybody.
Yeah.
That's great.
One-stop place.
That's wonderful. Tell me about some myths or the most common misconceptions people have about insurance in general.
They're not going to be getting insurance because it's too high. Or let's say, for instance, they're not required to have an insurance if they're not having a vehicle. So if they don't have any vehicles, they're not required to have insurance. And that's not true.
Really?
Yes, because even if you drive someone else's car, you still need insurance.
And it's considered as unnecessary expenses, right? A lot of time people think that you're just paying money for something they're never going to use. But they don't think about when the time comes and they don't have insurance. That's a big expense if you think about it.
That takes people by surprise too, right?
They do.
Pretty
Especially
risky
these days when things are so costly.
Yes. Let me ask you that. We were talking earlier about the difference between, you said you are a broker, right?
Correct.
And so you're the third party. You're the in-between person, right? So why should somebody go to you, not just go direct to the insurance of their choice? What's the advantage of going to you in the first place?
So we cater to the clients, right? You come to us. We take care of your policies for you. First of all, we look for the best options that is out there for you, right? Whether it's the coverage. Now, everyone is, again, it's a myth that all insurance is the same. Whether it's finding a cheapest policy possible or the coverage. But they don't realize it's a lot more out there. It's the type of coverage, the type of vehicle you're driving, what is out there for you, right? Whether you want personal injury protection, whether you want uninsured, underinsured motorist coverage. We cater to the need of individuals. Every insurance is different. Your insurance will be different than my insurance coverage. My insurance coverage is different than Margarita's insurance coverage. But when you go to a big company, all they're saying is, okay, you choose what you want. You may not know that. But when you come to the office, we advise you. We give you options. Say, hey, these are the options. You tell me, are you okay with it? What are the risks of not having it? What's the pros and cons? And then you tell us what exactly you want. So we can cater it based on your needs.
I like that because I think sometimes people go direct because they want to have a sense of, I want to remain in control. And so I'll go direct to an insurance company. What I'm hearing what you're saying, Sofina, is no, quite the opposite. If they come to you, you're putting them in control and giving them more options and more things to consider that puts them squarely in the driver's seat, right?
Correct. And then we've had clients who have done it online. oh yeah, I got a quote online.
Wow.
Now I have a claim, but they told me I don't have this coverage because there are fine lines that they sometimes miss. Right.
Or they increase the rate.
Yeah, or rates going up because, we found household members in your address.
Mm-hmm.
And they are not aware of it because sometimes mail don't get to their house.
Mm.
But as an agency, as a broker, we get those information. We reach out to the client directly, whether it's one phone call or 10 phone calls that we have to make.
Wow.
We make sure that we do make those calls to get what we need to make sure the policy stays active. And not only that, we remind clients, I know life is so busy these days, right? Making those phone calls every month, reminding them, hey, your payment is up for renewal. And it helps a lot of them.
Wow.
Our clients appreciate that every time. And there are times that they miss those payments and they're like, we didn't get a call from you. But, these are small things. I know sometimes people feel like, at least the new generations, they can deal with online stuff. They work their way through that.
Mm-hmm.
But we still are there when they need help. We go out of our way, whether making 10 phone calls to the company or 10 phone calls to the dealerships or 10 phone calls to them. In every way possible, we work tirelessly to make sure that we give the service we need to our clients.
Love that. Yeah. I love that. Very up close, personal. It's all about relationships. I mean, you were talking earlier before we started this recording about how in some places, maybe not all, but they're dealing with millions of people, right? Mm-hmm. And so it just comes down to where they just become a number. They're lost in the numbers. What I'm hearing from you, it's very personal, relational. It sounds a lot like family, right?
It is. And they even invite us to their parties or something. You see the little kids growing, and then all of a sudden they're 15, and they're like, they're going to have a sweet 15. I'm like, oh, wow.
Yeah, we've built that relationship with all our clients from day one that we started. Yes, we do. Again, there are days that we can't compete the rates, and it's normal. It's something that we can't help because it's not in our control.
Yeah.
But when we can, those clients do come back to us.
Yes.
Because of our service, because that relationship we've built with them.
That's wonderful.
And that's the biggest thing that I always tell my team members, that our clients are our family. They're the reason we are here, and the service we give is our priority.
I love that. There's several questions I think every business asks. The first one is, will I be seen enough to be wanted? But the second one I'm hearing and applies to you is, will I be trusted enough to be chosen? Mm-hmm. And what you're doing is building that bridge of trust, right? And it's all about trust. It's relational, it's personal, but you've got to have a lot of trust. And they're trusting themselves into your care, into your expertise, into your watchful eye, right?
Correct.
There's a lot of changes, right?
Yes. And again, in every locations that you go to, our team members have been there, not just for a few months, but Margarita,
years.
She's been with us since 2007.
Oh.
So the relationship is not only with the client, but our team members. We are a family.
Wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Well, speaking of that, right, since 2007, why don't we go into how did you get started in this business in the first place? Margarita, maybe you want to tell your story, but then Sofina, how did you get involved in this business?
Okay. Well, it was something new to me. Mm-hmm. Insurance was something new to me from what I had done before. So I went in there, applied. She basically called me. I started seeing how, I guess, the bond that you make with the customers, like you help them and they're so happy because, again, we take that extra time to see what they need, what is good for them.
Yeah.
Again, we let them choose, but still. And I guess eventually, because of the same customers that started referring me customers, that's how we started growing. Mm. So it's been a while, but it's been a life-changing thing.
That's
and I'm
wonderful.
like, even if I can do something else, I guess that bond with the customers is the reason why I'm still there.
That's
still
good.
Look for me. I switched from being in Austin to Bastrop, and now even the customers are moving to Bastrop just to see me. So it's kind of like,
wow,
it's really nice. It's really nice. Yeah, they're like, I want to talk to Margarita. Like, okay,
that's wonderful. That's wonderful.
Yes.
What about
and
you?
It's all about relationship building,
Yes.
right? And again, our clients are not only coming to us for insurance.
Mhm.
Trust me, when they have forms to fill up for their kids for
Yeah.
school,
Oh boy.
they
Yes.
come to us and say, hey, can you help us with this? Or they need advice for something. They come to us because we are a trusted family member for
Yeah.
them
That's
too.
wonderful.
If they're going
So-
through things, they still come to us. We're always there. Like it's really nice. It's that relationship with them. It's just magical. I'm like,
Yeah, magical. That's awesome.
Yes, it's really nice.
So for me, originally, I worked as an agent, just like anyone else in Houston. And I was there working we used to be known as affordable insurance back in the days.
Mm.
But then, being single, I wanted to move to Austin. So I had to leave my job. I got a new job here in Austin as a technical assistant in a telecom company.
Mm.
But then my boss called me from Houston saying, hey, I'm planning to expand in Austin.
Oh,
Would you want to partner up?
wow.
Yep. And then that's how we started in Austin. That was the first office we opened in North Lamar Boulevard. Margarita was the first
Wow.
hire we had.
First hire, too.
Yes. And then again, starting a business is not easy.
No.
So not only did I start the business, but I was also doing a job. So I had a business to run and job because, again, you need to put in investment cash.
That's right.
And then we hired Margarita, who had tiny little babies with her. So I took it onto myself that, hey, now I have a responsibility not only for myself and
Oh,
the
my
business,
goodness.
I have an employee and family.
Instant family here.
Yeah, and that's how we grew from 1 to 2 and then 3. And then Margarita moved to Bastrop.
Ah.
And then I was like, okay, now we need to look for something in Bastrop.
Oh, wow.
So we looked.
The school, it started school, so I had to move.
I love that.
Yeah, and we opened up. And the first location in Bastrop was on Children's Court.
Hmm.
I don't know if people remember, there used to be a Chinese restaurant, a buffet place.
Uh-huh.
We had a small office next to it.
Mm-hmm.
But then I think the expansion, they took over.
Yes.
We had to close that office and find a different location. And now we had Hassler Boulevard.
Wonderful.
And we had to restart. That was a challenge, I would say.
Yes.
Because people didn't know where to find us.
Hmm.
Moving a location.
Yeah.
Moving a location did hit us really hard.
It's a big deal sometimes, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So how many, by the way, I know we're talking how many locations do you have?
So AI United overall has 60 over locations throughout Texas.
Yeah.
So again, if you can be a customer in Bastrop and still go to Corpus Christi and get the same service you need. But our franchise, we have 6.
You have 6.
In the central area.
Now tell me this, kind of a surprise question perhaps, and that is, what distinguishes you from any other insurance company, or maybe even insurance companies within the network that you're in? You have 6 locations, but I love the way you're touching people's hearts and lives, right? It's about family and relationships. Can you just pinpoint one thing that would distinguish you, that sets you apart from others, in your opinion?
I guess just like any other business, right? You'll see McDonald's one place and then another McDonald's. It's all about service and locations. And that's what we are. And I think I'm you can add to that, but I feel like our service is the key.
Service.
And that's my big P. So service is my thing. Customers can trust us. I've had customers that have gone to different locations and say, hey, what happened to my policy? I didn't see what happened to it after that. So whether the policy is active or not, we make sure our process, our system in place to make sure that every customers are treated equally.
That's wonderful.
And their paperwork, even if today you ask me for a policy from back in 2006, I still have them in my storage room.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Whether you need a copy
Wow.
of anything, I still have them because we cater to these small people.
That's
We want to
wonderful.
make sure that, hey, whatever they need in future, we still have them.
That's wonderful. Tell me, what do you do for fun?
Ooh, that was a tricky question. Well, at home or at work? It all depends. At work, we basically, like, Bastrop is always, like, whatever the season is, we're there basically, we decorate and everything. That's our fun.
Yeah.
Right? We do customer appreciation days.
Oh,
So
wow.
that's like at least every 3 months or something. So we basically thank them for choosing us. At home, oh, I have too many animals at home.
Oh, yes, that's for sure.
Dogs and cats, or what kind of animals?
Dogs, cats, goats,
Goats, chickens. Oh my goodness!
She has a
kittens.
whole.
Yeah.
You get up early in the morning and get your egg for breakfast and all.
That's my husband's job.
His job.
I just eat them. That's
Just
his
eat
job.
them, but it's his job. That's awesome.
But yeah, it's always busy at home. So yes, I
She
like
has a
coming to
huge
work.
family. Margarita has a huge family.
Oh yes.
Oh, trust me. With 4 kids and mom and siblings,
Oh my goodness!
she
And-
takes care of
and
everything.
everyone gets 1 or 2 pets each, or something like that.
That's what I'm trying to. Every time they're coming to visit, I'm like, okay, 2 for you. So that way the other one doesn't get lonely. 2 for you.
It's funny because when I would buy, one time we went to buy a bird, right? And I told my wife, I said, I can't just buy 1 bird because the bird's lonely. I have to have 2 birds in a cage, right? So they can kind of be with each
yes.
other, right?
Give them company and not feel lonely.
What about you,
Yeah.
Sofina? What do you do for fun?
Well, running a business, it's a time-consuming thing.
Mhm.
It's not a 9 to 5. You are working whether it's 8 in the morning or 12 midnight. But yes, I do take time out for my community. I do a lot of voluntary service.
Wonderful.
I love teaching kids.
Mm.
So I volunteer as teacher, the 4 and 6-year-olds.
4 and 6,
I love
yeah. That's a
them.
great age.
I know.
Mhm.
And that is my stress reliever, I would say. Every weekend, I'm there taking time out just for them.
Wonderful. They're like little sponges at that age,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Perfect age, I think. That's great.
And so innocent.
What's one thing you wish our listeners knew about your business? What's one thing that really matters to you, that kind of a takeaway, okay? If there's one thing I want you to know about us, what would that be?
That we are brokers. Yes, we have made it to where it's one-stop shop,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's for your auto policies, your home, whether you're looking for a renter's insurance, business, commercial, whether you have a commercial truck that you need insurance for, life insurance, college funds, anything and everything. Yes, we are a one-stop shop, but we are also a broker. We work with multiple different companies. It's not just one company that we work with. We have the face for them.
Yeah.
Yes. And we go out of our way to make sure that we can cater to what your needs are. But sometimes I think people forget that we are doing our job
Yeah.
to help them. You know, customer service has become such a challenging field,
Mm.
and it's becoming difficult to hire people because people do not want to deal with the upset customer or the angry customer.
They don't have the patience, basically. It's like,
You have
And
to have thick skin, too. Not gonna,
you need to have
you
it
have to.
in order to be
Yes.
in this field.
Yeah.
But yeah, just know that we are there to service
Mhm.
and give you anything and everything that you need for your insurance, but we are still human and we need the love that you can share with us.
That's awesome. What would you say are the biggest challenges facing the insurance industry today overall?
I think today, with all that is happening,
Mhm.
insurance rate have increased tremendously.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Right? Back in the days, you would see a 2%, 8% increase. Now it's 30%, 40% increase.
Wow.
And people are not seeing that every single day when you leave your house, you see at least 10 to 15 accidents in a day,
Mm.
right? Insurance, you're just paying a small amount for the need that you have.
Yeah.
But insurance company are paying a big price for the I don't know if it's a carelessness or the irresponsible drivers out there.
Yeah.
Whether it's that or, but something is happening out there. And you see a lot more of accidents happening, weather changing,
Mm-hmm.
hails. We have never
Oh my
seen that
goodness.
many
Yes.
hails within a year that you see these days, right?
Mhm.
Those claims coming in,
Yeah.
it do play a huge role for the prices going up. It's not
Yeah.
us who simply want to increase the price. We don't. But the amount of claims that are happening these days is the reason why we are all paying so much on insurance. And sometimes you forget that, yeah, you're paying $100 a month. But insurance company, when it comes to claim, they're paying millions of dollars.
Especially with the
Wow.
values of the vehicles nowadays.
Yeah. Right?
The value of the vehicles.
Of the
yeah.
vehicles,
Yeah.
yes.
When you go to a mechanic shop, just to change a bumper, back in the days was $300. You could fix a bumper.
Yeah.
These days, it's a couple of $1,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? So these are the things that I know people tell me even in the office, right? Oh yeah, grocery price is increasing. What are you going to do? I don't want to pay insurance that much.
Yeah.
But again, if grocery is going up, everything else is going up with it. And so is the insurance. It is what it is right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So just hang in there. Just be careful on the road. Don't be on the
Yeah.
phones. Don't, I guess, text messages, being on the phone. Just be focused when you're
Just
driving.
changing
good.
the radio station. It goes basically in a blink of an eye. That's where accidents happen too. So you gotta be really careful.
And again, you still see people out there with no insurance. Again, with rates going up,
Oh, yeah.
I know people think that, oh, yeah, I don't need insurance. Because, I mean, back in the days, people would have $40 insurance and still be okay. We don't have those $40 insurance anymore. Minimum people pay these days $100, $120.
Wow.
That's a lot. We agree it's a lot, but that's what the cost of insurance is.
So some people say they can't afford it, but the question is, can you not afford it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because what you're saying, you're buying peace of mind, knowing that if something does happen, God forbid, that you're covered, right? Let me ask you one final question. What would you say to somebody that has a present policy? Do you help them look at what they have and kind of examine and reevaluate where their present situation is? How many times do you do that?
Yes, of course. Again, we tell our customer every time the renewal happens, check. Because what happens is you may have a teenager in your household who is not on your policy, right? When you started the policy. Now it's 2 years later, that child might be able to drive and does drive your car. You want to make sure that he or she is a driver on the policy, because if an accident happened and they are not on the policy, insurance is not going to cover.
Bad news.
Yes, that's bad news. Or you have a relative coming in and staying with you in your household. Things like that happens on a regular basis these days. You have a college student who moved, they might be from Houston, but living in Austin, in an aunt's house. You need to have those people added to the policy.
Yeah.
Buying a new car, yes, you have 30 days where insurance is, you could say it covers, but not the coverage itself. It's just a liability portion of it.
Wow.
Right? So if you're buying a new car, just make sure you call your agent. Get those car added on the policy. Some people keep the car for months before they even add that car to the policy.
Yeah. Or they forget about time moves fast and they just forget,
forget
right?
about it.
They think it was just a few weeks ago and it really is months
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
That's
or
what
years
customers
even.
say.
Correct.
That's scary.
Right? And even the coverage, right? Like, I would say people at this day and time, yes, you want to save money. You want to buy the cheapest policy out there. Tomorrow, if you can afford it, get those extra coverage on your policy if possible. Because, you don't realize someone can hit you and they may not have insurance. The uninsured and underinsured coverage will help you get coverage for your vehicle, right? Yes, you're trying to save bucks, but those additional coverage can help you in the days that you need them. So keep that in mind and learn what is out there. Learn what you need to do when you get into an accident, whether it's an auto accident that you have or there's a situation at home that you have. I've had customer who had friends over, had an incident, they put a claim in, and they're not aware that there was a claim on their household policy.
Wow.
So things like that, you need to be aware and keep a relationship with your agent.
That's good.
So that way you are aware that, hey, my policy, this so-and-so person put a claim because they had to go to an emergency because my child fell and hurt himself.
Wow.
Right?
Yes.
So things like that. And keeping up with your policy, learning what is out there, learning what to do when certain situation happens. What kind of processes do you need to know when it comes to claim?
Mm-hmm.
Ask your agent. Ask them when you're coming to the office to make your payment or making changes to the policy. Say, hey, what do I need
Get
to
a
know?
refresher.
Yeah, get a refresher. Things
Yeah.
are changing.
Mhm.
Insurance industry is always changing. Rules are changing. The
Yes.
laws are changing.
Yes.
And we are regulated. It's not something that it's not. We have to follow the process.
I love the fact that you're there, you're always aware, you're staying in touch, you're on top of things. And so when they come to you, they're coming to somebody that has the expertise, the experience, but life changes. A lot of things are changing, right? And you're right on the front edge of all that change, and you're helping them in that process. I really appreciate that. It's been wonderful to sitting here talking to you, looking at your beautiful smiling faces and hearing the passion in your voice and the way you approach business. That means a lot. And so how can listeners learn more or contact you or stop by your place of business? Why don't we give them some information to help them
Yeah. They
pursue?
can call us to the office. Phone number would be 512-265-0560.
Mm-hmm.
Or they can even go online, www.aiucentral.com.
Mm-hmm.
So either or, even we can
Or
guide
stop
them.
by to the office. Come
Yeah.
and see our customer service reps and
Yes.
agents in the
Yes.
office.
Especially that.
You're always greeted with a big smile too, right? I go in there and there's this big long desk and it's like they're all sitting there and everybody's smiling when you walk in the door. That's
Yes.
wonderful.
And we are located at 109 South Hassler Boulevard,
Mm-hmm.
Suite 400.
Suite 400, 109 South Hassler Boulevard. Well, thank you again. It's been wonderful. And we look forward to seeing more lives change and help by your help. Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank you
much
for
for having us.
It's been wonderful.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbors of Texas podcast. To nominate your favorite local business to be featured on the show, go to goodneighborsoftexas.com. That is goodneighborsoftexas.com. We look forward to connecting good people with great businesses.